a boat.
The news with Katrina Smith.
Welcome and good morning. Thank you so much for joining us on this Sunday. It is September 28th. I'm Katrina Smith. Meteorologist James DeFazio joins us now. Happy to be back, aren't you, this morning?
Absolutely.
We had a nice day off. You know, I hope you enjoyed the coverage of the Ryder Cup. But we're happy to be back.
Love some Ryder Cup themed trivia today.
Oh, good. What is that behind you?
That is what should be the hills of Oneonta, but the southern tier right now seeing plenty of fog still. Some lingering areas of fog, but most of them primarily across the southern tier, which is being depicted well by our visibility map around the state. Hamilton just went from 5 miles back up to 10, so it is clearing. Things are improving, but just be aware if you're doing any traveling this morning, you may encounter some lingering areas of fog dispersed by mid-morning. Temperatures are in the mid to low 60s, mid 50s to low 60s. Sorry, there, forgot a number. We're steadily rising, though. We have plenty of sunshine, and it's going to be a warm day today. Highs all the way up into the mid to upper 70s. 62 degrees with sunny skies already up at Griffiths and Rome, and very, very comfortable conditions in terms of air quality today. We're not expecting overly humid conditions, and we're not expecting any smoky conditions. Your foliage report, we just want to highlight that there is plenty of color both north and south of Utica, and we have fantastic weather to get out and view it. If you're able to, I absolutely recommend taking a drive up to some of the higher peaks. Coming up, we're going to break down what little or no rain chances we have, as well as what's going on down in the tropics. Katrina?
Thank you so much, James. State police are investigating.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist James DeFazio.
Good Sunday morning. Continue to track the back half of a beautiful weekend, and it's setting the stage for an absolutely beautiful week ahead. We are tracking a few things as the southeast is dealing with the bracing for a glancing blow from a few tropical systems, and we're going to break that down for you and why things have trended much better for all of us. Take a look at downtown Utica, where beneath the fog there were some areas of patchy fog across the southern tier this morning. They're beginning to disperse, or even some areas of patchy fog on the outskirts of Utica this morning. But again, those have begun to improve. They have improved. They're going to further improve as the morning continues. 62 degrees with sunny skies up in Rome. Lows were in the mid-50s, and we continue to rise. Highs today going to get all the way up into the upper 70s. We're tracking this beautiful weekend to continue, and then for next week, more of this dry, sunny weather continues, and we're tracking the tropics. There's a couple tropical systems that we're keeping a very close eye on. The big picture, it's not showing much. It's really a very simple picture right now, and that is just high pressure parking itself across New York State and much of the Northeast for today, tomorrow, and for Tuesday. Things begin to change by the time we head into Wednesday morning. We have warm weather today, warm weather Monday, mid-70s yet again Tuesday, but a cold front works through Wednesday morning, and it sets in a much cooler air mass. We see temperatures in the low to mid-60s for Wednesday and Thursday, upper 60s on Friday. We do begin to rebound back into the 70s as we head towards next weekend. UFO Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar is quiet and dry, and to be honest with you, I don't know when it won't be quiet or dry yet again. The next 7 to 10 days look very, very dry. Humberto hit Category 5 major hurricane status, and it continues to spin out in the Atlantic Ocean. Fortunately, it is going to avoid the mainland United States. It may affect Bermuda. That is the one area that still needs to monitor all these systems extremely closely, the only area that's still on the fringe of the cone. But this tracking to the east of Tropical Storm, or what is about to be Tropical Storm Imelda, but is currently Tropical Depression 9, is going to help grab this and pull it eastward. And that's going to keep this from making a landfall along the southeastern coast. So we're going to see some rainfall and some strong riptides across the southeast towards the beginning of next week. But fortunately, it looks like we're going to avoid any major rainfall or major landfall. Beautiful day today, temperatures steadily rising to the upper 70s with widespread sunshine. Not nearly as chilly tonight. Lows tonight only in the low to a chillier night tonight, lows low to mid 40s instead of low to mid 50s like the night prior. A look at your 7-day forecast. Again, cooler weather settles in on Wednesday, but it's simply a beautiful week. High pressure over us for the entirety of the week. Lots and lots of sunshine throughout the entirety of the week. And as we head towards the weekend, warmer weather begins to return. Katrina, do you know the answer to this?
I mean, I'm always going to go with the USA.
So we kind of cheat. Well, when I say we cheat, we always say, oh, USA has the most. USA has the most.
Because we have a very USA-centric view.
But guess what? That's not actually the truth. In 1979, they created a new format. And in 1979, they actually allowed all of Europeans to play, not just British and Irish players. And since then, we are down a couple. We're down 12-9 right now, and we're not winning this weekend either, unfortunately.
But it's fair.
Yes.
It's fair.
Yes. And all time, yes, we do have the most.
Thank you so much, James. And we're talking. Welcome back, and thank you for joining us for another half hour of News Channel 2 Weekend Today. I'm Katrina Smith, and we will get you over to the Weather Center. We are just seeing dry weather and more dry weather. Meteorologist James DeFazio.
No end to the drought.
We went walking, the kids and I took some friends, kids from out of town, over to Delta Lake. And I had told them before we went there, hey, you know, the lake is really low. We took all the boats out, blah, blah, blah. And they said, the kids said, you really understated this.
It's like crazy. They don't even know the
kids.
History of it, and they can see how visibly impressive it is. Hinckley is equally as scary. We have some really low waterways, and unfortunately, I do not have any good news with regards to rainfall. We're tracking a lot of dry weather. I'm also keeping an eye this morning on some areas of reduced visibility. You can see on our Hartwick College Oneonta cam, still quite foggy across the southern tier. It is beginning to clear. It is beginning to lift. We're seeing much less visibility issues than we saw earlier in the morning, but still be aware of that if you're doing any traveling. Temperatures are rising up into the 60s. Highs today going to get all the way up into the upper 70s. 62 at Griffiths at Rome with just a light breeze, and we're not expecting overly windy conditions today. A look at your fall foliage report. Plenty of colors across all of New York State. Zooming in a little bit more locally, heading north or south of Utica, you can find plenty of colors, and we have plenty of beautiful weather available for you to get out and enjoy that. Coming up, we're going to take a look at what's going on down in the tropics since our weather's just so quiet. Katrina?
Thank you so much, James.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist James DeFazio.
Good Sunday morning. Continue to track beautiful weather this weekend, and it's going to continue into our week. And there's really no end in sight. We're in a weather pattern that's going to continue to bring us dry, sunny, beautiful weather. Take a look at downtown Utica, where things are already off to a beautiful start. We have mostly sunny skies. And we're going to see mostly sunny skies for the entirety of the day today. We're not going to see too many clouds. A couple of fair weather clouds are possible, but more sun than clouds for the entirety of the day today. We're up to 62 degrees with sunny skies up in Brome, a light breeze out of the east-southeast at 3 miles per hour, and the dew point only in the 50s, only up into the 50s. This beautiful weekend continues. More dry, sunny weather continues into the upcoming week, and we continue to track the tropics. Looking at our bigger picture locally, there's not a whole lot going on. We have a big area of high pressure that's going to park itself over New York State and the entirety of the Northeast for the remainder of the weekend, for Monday and for Tuesday. This cold front is going to eventually make its way to central New York on Wednesday, and then we see cooler air for the remainder of the week. Dry weather on your Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar, and I'll be honest with you, I don't know the next time I won't be saying that. We have no rainfall in the forecast. Humberto exploded into a strong major Category 5 storm. It has since weakened to a Category 4 storm, but it is going to avoid anywhere hitting mainland United States, and it is going to flirt with Bermuda. Bermuda has to be very careful, but we have to be somewhat thankful for this storm, because if not, what is now Tropical Depression 9, soon to be Tropical Storm Imelda, is going to become Hurricane Imelda, is going to get pulled eastward. We're not expecting this landfall up into Georgia or South Carolina now. We believe this storm will track along the coast of Florida and then take a right-hand turn and head out to sea. And that's thanks to that really strong hurricane Humberto grabbing the other tropical system and pulling it. It's a bit of a mini Fujiwara effect, the hurricanes working off of one another. Your skycast for today: widespread sunshine, temperatures rise up through the 70s, highs in the upper 70s in the mid-afternoon. Continue to see pleasant weather into the evening, plenty of clear skies. Tonight, lows cooler than last night, but no frost chances. Low 40s across the North Country, mid 40s across the Mohawk Valley. Overall, an absolutely beautiful pattern. Take a look at the 7-day forecast. There's not a single chance for rain on the 7-day forecast. Sun, sun, sun. We're tracking a cold front, but a dry front to work through Wednesday morning. It's going to bring in cooler air. Cooler air for Wednesday, Thursday, and for Friday, but we're beginning the warming trend as we head towards next weekend. And Katrina, do you have a guess?
We were having a discussion about this, and our director, Tom, believes it's C. Jack Nicklaus because he just says that. And I said Arnold Palmer because so many, like if you did everyone that brings an Arnold Palmer in, or billboards, or
you count the
commercials.
drinks. I was thinking,
He's famous.
I think I would have guessed Jack Nicklaus, but the answer shocked me. It's actually Phil Mickelson. He's played in more than anyone. The other piece of information I found really interesting, another golfer that you might not expect to pop up there, the one who's actually won the most points at Ryder Cups.
That's what I'd like to know.
Sergio Garcia, Spaniard.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yep.
All right. Thank you so much, James. Well, there's
Your forecast tonight at 6. Meteorologist James Fazio in the Weather Center, and driving in today, I come up Route 12 out of Paris, and I noticed as you get closer to the city, it's a little duller in colors.
It is. It's crazy. Once you get just north or just south of the valley, you can really notice the difference in terms of color and an increase in color, both south of Route 20 as well as north of I-90. Getting outside of the city of Utica, plenty of color. Even within the city, we are starting to see some color, especially I was looking around Proctor Park today. There are some trees showing color, but it's just not that we're near peak. We are at the midpoint across much of northern Oneida County. We're going to see this near peak zone expand across much of the viewing area by the time that we're here next weekend. We're probably going to see this area, this red area, go from near peak to peak. So the Adirondacks may hit peak foliage at this time next week. Temperatures this evening in the upper 60s to mid 70s. It was a warm day today, very warm, 72 degrees and sunny. We got all the way up, highs today in the upper 70s. Mostly sunny this evening with temperatures in the low to mid 70s. Coming up, we're going to take a look at the tropics and why these storms are not going to make landfall in the United States. Ben?
All right, James, thank you very much. The streets of Utica.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist James DeFazio.
Good Sunday evening. We continue to have beautiful weather in central New York. It was warm, sunny, dry, and comfortable today. And we're going to see a lot of that over the course of the next 7 days. We have no rainfall in the 7-day forecast. We are tracking a couple of things. We are going to get a little bit chillier. We're going to have a cold front work through Wednesday morning. We're going to break down how temperatures are going to change during the week, despite the fact that we see sunshine every day. Tonight, mostly sunny skies, temperatures in the upper 60s to low 70s. Will slowly cool off, but it's going to be a comfortable evening. 72 degrees with sunny skies at Griffith and Rome. A west wind at 8 miles per hour, dew point all the way down at 55. A good enough distance that it's not overly muggy. We're tracking more dry, sunny weather. We're keeping an eye on the tropics, and we're going to show you why We're getting extremely lucky in the United States to have these two storms completely avoid making a landfall. And then we're keeping an eye on a couple of chillier nights ahead, not tonight, not tomorrow night, but a couple frost chances coming up in the upcoming week. Bigger picture, there's not much to show you on here except a lot of H's. A big area of high pressure is going to park itself over the Northeast for basically the upcoming week. It gets pushed out of the way a little bit by that cold front, but it settles right back in behind it, and we continue to see dry, sunny weather. Your Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar, I don't know when it will not look quiet and dry. It's going to look this way for at least another week or so. We don't really have any rainfall chances anytime soon. Humberto is now down to a Category 4 storm. It was a Category 5 storm, still an incredibly strong major hurricane at 145-mile-per-hour sustained winds. This is going to track west of Bermuda and then northward and then northwestward out to sea. Fortunately, it's going to come close enough to this blob of clouds, which is just off the coast of Florida, and that is Tropical Storm Imelda. Tropical Storm Imelda is going to lift northward and then get pulled towards Humberto by the Fujiwara effect. These hurricanes can interact with each other. They can rotate and share energy with one another. And because this is the weaker of the two, Humberto is going to pull Imelda away from the coast. Instead of seeing a landfall into the southeast, instead of seeing Georgia, South Carolina seeing devastating flooding, we're going to see this storm go right out to sea. Temperatures tonight, not overly chilly. We're not going to see any frost chances, but some of us could get all the way down into the upper 30s to low 40s. Across the southern tier, again, a couple areas of upper 30s to low 40s. Utica and Rome, mid 40s for lows. Tomorrow, mostly sunny skies. Highs, yet again, mid 70s, possibly even a couple isolated areas of upper 70s, but low to mid 70s for most tomorrow with beautiful weather. A look at your 7-day forecast. A cold front works through during Wednesday morning, Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, brings a change in air mass. Cooler air works in for Wednesday, Thursday, and for Friday. See, with highs only in the low to mid 60s, Friday upper 60s. But again, that warming trend returns by the end of the week with all of this widespread sunshine. Warmer weather with mostly sunny skies next weekend. Dry weather continues.
Forecast tonight at 11 with meteorologist James DeFazio in
Yes.
the Weather Center. It's late, folks. It's past my bedtime.
Past mine. Yeah.
Beautiful
Very.
sunset, though,
This
last
was
night.
last night's, actually 2 nights ago now, because it's after midnight. I really want to confuse you. But yes,
Yeah, thank you.
Saturday night, beautiful shot from Gino Cordori. This is just a fantastic shot. I mean, this is beautiful. Verona Beach, overlooking Oneida Lake, the sun setting on top of the water. Just a very picturesque. We got a lot of beautiful pictures of the sunset yesterday, and that one might be my favorite. Around the state right now, we're tracking some areas of fog developing. We're not seeing anything too dense at this time, but the fact that it's already developed and it's not near daybreak yet means that it's going to be quite dense by daybreak. Temperatures right now anywhere from the upper 40s to upper 50s. It's a wide range in temperatures, and we're going to have a wide range in low temperatures tonight as well. We're going to break that down and coming up in full weather. 55 with clear skies, and that dew point all the way up to almost at the same temperature. When the dew point and the temperature are at that same level, that's when we get that condensation to form and we get these foggy conditions. Tomorrow, I know it says today, but I have to put today because we're after midnight. Tomorrow, mostly sunny skies with highs in the mid to upper 70s. Coming up, we're going to break down not only how nice of a week of weather we have, but what's going to happen in the tropics. Ben?
All right, James, thank you very much. The streets of Utica.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist James DeFazio.
Good late Sunday evening, early Monday morning to you. We continue to track beautiful weather. It was a beautiful weekend, and that's going to carry into the start of our upcoming work week. Take a look at downtown Utica, where we have calm conditions, clear skies, and relatively mild temperatures. It's not chilly tonight to the level that we're going to see frost even anywhere in the outlying areas. They're not even expecting frost in the North Country tonight. 55 degrees with clear skies up in Rome. And yes, lows in the Utica-Rome area are going to be in the upper 40s. We're keeping an eye on this dew point, which is only 1 degree different from the current temperature, and that seems to be the case across central New York, which is why we're seeing these areas of fog developing, and they're developing rather quickly. We're going to see some areas of dense fog by tomorrow morning, but by tomorrow midday, we're also going to continue to see more dry, sunny weather, and that continues for the entirety of the upcoming week. We're also tracking what's going on down in the tropics in the Atlantic Ocean. Around the state, some reduced visibility is already showing up, down to 4 miles of visibility at Hamilton. And again, the southern tier, any of the valley locations, anyone who has seen fog recently over the last couple of days, very, very likely to wake up to it again tomorrow. We're tracking a very warm start to the week. We're going to have temperatures all the way up in the upper 70s to begin the week. A cold front works through on Wednesday, bringing us much cooler weather. Cooler weather settles in for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Fortunately, these are off by a day. They got slid over after midnight. Your York Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar is quiet, dry, and unfortunately, I can't tell you the next time I expect rain to happen. The next 10 days look to be dry. Tracking the tropical systems, Hurricane Humberto, which was a Category 5, now a Category 4 storm, really driving the tropics, driving the storm systems that are out there across the Atlantic Ocean. This is forecast to evade land. It's actually going to go just to the west of Bermuda and then track northwest. It's going to skirt Bermuda. But what it's going to do most importantly is it's going to help interact and pull what will soon become Hurricane Imelda eastward. Imelda will continue to strengthen and lift northward, but once it interacts with that very strong Hurricane Humberto, it's going to get pulled eastward and out to sea, and that's going to help prevent a landfall from a hurricane from making any landfall in the southeast. Tonight, lows are going to be in the low to 40s, possibly some upper 30s across the North Country, but most of us are in the mid 40s to low 50s. Widespread sunshine tomorrow warms us up right into the mid to upper 70s, and it's a very pleasant start to the week. Take a look at this 7-day forecast. Simply fantastic weather this week. Lots of sun, no rainfall in the forecast. One thing to make you aware of, cold front works through Wednesday morning, brings in cooler air for Wednesday and Thursday. We are tracking the chance for some areas of patchy frost Wednesday night into Thursday.